fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball.
That's better.
He's on fire!
Blessings and salutations. This is your boy NBA Vibes, and I'm back with another WNBA DFS Draftkings breakdown and recap. Let's get right into it. Congratulations. Let's just put it out there. Congratulations.
As Minnesota Lynx just doesn't get the hype. What does this championship tell the world about the Minnesota Lynx?
We're here. I mean, what else does it say?
To the Minnesota Lynx. Nafisa Collier and the Lynx destroyed New York yesterday. So let's just give them a hand clap. Yeah, I mean, giving them flowers, right? They deserve it. They played better. They were the better team. And Collier had a slow start to that game, to be honest with you. But honestly, I want to show you guys a little recap of my card that did the best in this competition, right? I was only off by 17.5 fantasy points. No, in retrospect, that's not even that bad, right? I nailed the captain selection, right? My bad, my cat was going off. We're back. Okay, where was I? All right, yeah. Okay, listen, I nailed Carlton. Yo, the Canadian Canuck. My girl, B. Carlton, she crushed it. Oh my gosh, she had a great game yesterday. Great game. Let's take a look at it. 44 fantasy points. Nailed 23 points, right? She got 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Jeez. She was on one. 36 minutes. Played great. Her price, I knew from the minute I looked at it, I was like, this is way too low. You know, she's a starter. I knew she was going to get the minutes, right? Just, it was about time that she popped. Had a really shitty game. The game before, only 10.75 fantasy points, right? Not even foul trouble, just a shitty game. And she bounced back in a big way. So, yeah, I nailed Bridget.
Pause. He paused.
Oh.
Said pause, nigga.
Pause. Bridget Carlton was the captain in the winning lineup. Sorry about that. Nailed that selection there as first place. Congratulations. A solo first place person as well. That's big money right there. Took down this competition. Their captain was also Bridget Carlton. So I just want to show you guys this because my strategy, my process is correct. It's sound, right? There's a couple of us doing content out there, and I just want to say big up everybody that is covering and following the WNBA, right? And let's just keep putting valuable content out there together. If you guys can, which I know you can because your fingers work, smash that like button. Hit the notifications. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get right into it. Real quick, I'm going to make a card, hand build. I got some notes. Based on my notes, I know the game's tomorrow, but I want to try to get this video out early so you guys can take it in and make your own decisions. The first things first, lessons that we need to remember. First, advice that I have for you guys. Be different. I'm going to continue harping that. Be different. You see the last captain that won? It was only, 2%? 5.5% people in the captaincy spot, right? Like, I know this is a showdown competition, and I know based on the track record, it's usually, a high usage player that's going to be in captain spot. But you got to get different. Everybody's gonna be putting in the obvious, right? In my opinion, being different but being smart and understanding the person you put there in the captain spot for showdown competitions needs to be A, high usage, and B, have the opportunity and the ability for a high ceiling game. And Bridget was that, right? So showdown competitions a little bit different than the actual competitions that we're going to be doing over here. For tomorrow's slate, which is this one is a 3-gamer for this competition, but I know there's 4 games being played tomorrow, right? We got an early game with the Minnesota Lynx, right? The Championship Commissioner Cup, Minnesota Lynx versus the Dallas Wings. That's early game. And then we got these 3 games, right? So I'm going to build a card for this competition here. And it's for WNBA, 100K, shoot around, 20K to first. Big boy competition. I love how they're doing this. So let's get it. Let's build a card. And first things first, like I was saying, be different. Still remains the same process in my head. I want to be different, but I want to be smart. So that's the first thing I'm going to be remembering in my process. Secondly, always check for starters, potential starters. I know we're mad early, guys. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's the process that we're going to be locking in and remembering to do. So next step that I'm going to be doing, like I always do, check for injury, who's out, who's potentially sitting out, right? This will change tomorrow. Can't stress this enough. Make sure you guys lock in, right? Lock in 30 minutes at least before lock of the games and see who is actually starting, who is actually injured. At this point, we got a laundry list long of injuries and game time decisions on Washington. Dallas is hit with the injury bug, right? Chicago's got a couple, right? But it looks like the Lynx pretty healthy besides Miller. And we got Las Vegas Aces also pretty healthy, right? So we're going to dive into this. Sorry, my dog's making noise as well. We got the whole fur gang here just taking over. Podcast session here, all right? But it's okay. Let's get it. Next in the process, big thing we're going to be paying attention to tomorrow is Washington. To be honest, if we got Aaliyah Edwards out, right? If we still got Shakira Austin out, and Carly Samuelson is now on the list, right? Potential for a lot of value to pop up in this game. I'm not a big fan of this game particularly, to be honest with you. For my strategy, for my notes that I took, kind of leaning away from this game. It's got a low implied total compared to the other 3 games on this slate for today that we have to choose from. The implied total for this Suns and Mystic game is 154.5 points, right? But then if we move on to the Aces and Sky game, this game I really like targeting. It's going to be high pace, right? Its implied total for this game is 169.5 points, right? Love this game to target, to stack for this competition. And as well, I'm also going to be targeting for the high-paced and the potential, right, of a lot of points being scored. The implied total score for this game is 167.5 points. So for my strategy today that I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to be basically targeting these two teams, right? My locks will show you. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to lock down my core plays for this. I'm liking. I think the only player I trust at this game right here, Connecticut Suns versus Washington Mystics, is going to be our girl over here, AT. AT had a monster game last time. I don't expect her to have this kind of a monster game, but I still expect her to get the minutes and the usage, and it's the Washington Mystics, so they're trash. They're trash and ass, and easily could be a blowout. So I'm hoping the blowout is because AT destroys them and, you know, drops like a 50 bomb fantasy points type game, right? So we're gonna put her in there. Boom, bombs, slide her in. Next, I am definitely, like I said, guys, tomorrow, again, lock into the news. If lots of value pops up in this Washington Connecticut game, I will be swapping. I'm putting it out there. I will be swapping. I'm going to find the value in this game and probably swap 1 or 2 players that are fringe for me. But until that happens, we're going to lock this card in, all right? So next, we're going to go to Chicago and Las Vegas. We got our girl. She's a dog. You know her. Miss Angel Bomba Clarice. You see it. Listen, I can't say much about her. She's killing it. She's crushing it. Let's not waste your time. She's going to be popular. So, with that being said, I don't know if I am going to pick her. And to be honest with you, she's battling the most bona fide player in the league right now. I know she's going to come out and she's going to play hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not going to be playing Reese for tomorrow's slate. What I will be playing is, of course, never fade Miss Wilson. Let's get it. We're putting her in. All right. Next, who are we going to slide? Who are we going to slide in our card here? So on my notes here, I have a value play in this game that I feel, whew, that was a crackle, that I feel still super low owned. Sorry, still super cheap. Chelsea Gray. I know it's risky, but ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are we supposed to win money if we don't take risks? Terrible outing last game. I get it, but I love it. She shot 1 for 6. I see her attempts going up, which is great, but she's still shaking off the rust, guys, right? So listen, super risky. But I really don't care. This is how I run my process, and this is what I'm sharing with you guys today and all the other videos that I have. So if you enjoy my process, if you enjoy the strategy, like I said, tap in and let's win. All right. Be a little different, but the process is the same. And if you like the card that I'm building, fuck it. Make the same card. I don't care. Let's win together. Let's cash out together. All right? So Chelsea Gray is my value play. Too cheap. Ceiling is far too high for a player like Chelsea Gray. So I'm going to roll the dice. If she can walk into 20 minutes, 21 minutes, if she gets ramped up, right? If she starts potentially, right? This game has the potential to be super fast-paced. And like I said, implied points total is almost 170 points, right? I'm going to slot in Chelsea Gray. 100%. She's in my core. These three are my cores. These three. I'm not leaning away from these three. I think these three should easily be the 3 top highest scoring fantasy point producers of the slate for tomorrow, right? After that, hey, it's up to you. After that, it's up to you. Okay? But for my strategy, for this card that I'm doing, I'm going to be choosing to stack these 2 games. Okay? Strategy and the reasoning behind it is this game and this game, Las Vegas Aces, Chicago, Indiana, Seattle, highest implied total points projected, right? Projections are not always correct. So with that being said, take this for a grain of salt, and things can change, will change. So be prepared to swap. But we're going to build this card out like so. We have 6,866 for salary. Now, I love Clark's game. She's definitely, coming into her own. I really hate fading Clark, to be honest with you. Clark and Boston have been on a tear. Have been playing really well. But I have this theory that I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, the theory is Seattle. Let's go take a look at a game log here for a second. Seattle lost. Oh no, they won. Okay, I thought they lost this last game. So let's see this game log. I think they lost to Indiana. Oh, it was close. No. It was close, but they won. Interesting, but it's very competitive. Okay, so no blowout is gonna happen. Okay, with that being said, I might change up the strategy of fading Caitlin Clark. Let's see what we have left over here. I'm gonna slide Caitlin Clark here. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do with salary left over after sliding in Miss. Where's Aaliyah Boston? I like Boston. I like pairing up Boston. See, we don't have enough salary for that. I really like pairing up Boston and Clark together, right? They really been playing off of each other very well. Clark got like 13-something assists last game. Let's go peep the game log for a second. All right, let's check out that game. She had, look at this, 13 assists. Oh my God. Jeez. And I said this last video. If you peep my last video, I said she needs, it's like she was listening to me or something. I said she needs to lead the assists category in this team and in the league. She needs to get like top assist producer of the league this year. She needs to. And when she does that, she's going to gain so much more respect and admiration from her teammates. And eventually, the rest of the WNBA haters, and I'm sure you guys have seen the drama, will fall in line, right? But great game from her. Half of these assists definitely were at least spoon feeding Aaliyah Boston, sorry. But back, so this is where my head is at right now. Let's talk this out, talk this through with you guys, okay? Originally, I was liking the AT move, but because I don't have the amount of salary remaining left over, I'm going to reevaluate this and I'm going to remove AT. Two reasons. One, she had a great game last game. So, I'm kind of like, it's, for me, it goes both ways. If a player has a shitty game, there's more likely to have a bounce back. Boom. So they're going to have a good game next game. But in inverse, if they have a really good game, there's a higher probability, unless you're like Wilson, right, to have a mid game. Not shit game. AT she's a beast, right? She's walking triple-double threat every time she touches the floor. But now that we're talking this through as we hand build this lineup with you guys, I actually believe that it's better for this scenario and for my card to fade her. Okay, so I'm going to remove AT from here. And instead, I'm still going to include somebody on this team. Somebody is going to get run. And like I said, it's really going to depend on, it's going to depend on the news that breaks regarding Washington. So stay locked in, okay? Let's wrap this video up because there's going to be definitely changes that happening, so there's no point of running on this video for too long. My girl Emily has been crushing, okay? Oh my god. A couple of us called this. My boy Cody called this, right? We called this. She smashed. She even salvaged this line after having 4 personal fouls, right? Honestly, I'm going to go right back to her. She's a little bit expensive. If Edwards is out and the rest of the laundry list of players are not playing in Washington, I'm going to go right back to her. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to put her in there because it's a placeholder. It's smart, right? For the process wise. When the news breaks, I'll get right back to her and see if it's worthy of a spot, or I'll make a switch up, right? But until then, I'm going to put her there. And we're also going to include from this team, we have Indiana. We got our 2 people here. No. What we need and what I want is not 2 people from this game. I want actually a higher implied game total. I want this Indiana-Seattle game. We only have 2 people, so let's get somebody from Seattle on here. And Horston, she started last game. She played decent. I remember watching that game. Yeah, she had a slow start. I was really worried. I was tilted about that for sure, but she came true. 34 minutes. We're gonna throw Horston in there actually, and instead of Englesender, Miss Emily, we are going to, for now, just a placeholder. Even though I like her game, she just needs the minutes. I mean, look at this. Dallas, Chicago. What she have? 14, 15, right? She had 11, 13 fantasy points. She can get rebounds, right? Okay, so this is my game script and analysis in my head. Washington gets blown out by Connecticut. Nelson Adota gets run because they're sitting AT. Now, with that being said, I think that's a sound strategy. If I'm leaning towards the Connecticut Suns blowing out Washington, for sure, Nelson Adota is going to get minutes. She's going to get run at least, I would say at least 12 minutes. And in that 12 minutes, she can either give you a big goose egg, right? Big goose egg. Or she can lock in 15 fantasy points, 13, right? So with that being said, I'm going to throw her in there. Again, placeholder. These 2 players right here, high probability that I'm going to swap them out. Adota and Horston. But for this video's sake, we're showing you the process. I'm showing you a little bit of insight. I'm giving you my value picks. My value pick for today. My value pick for tomorrow's slate is Chelsea Gray, right? And I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that. All she needs is a little bit of run. She needs that runway. She's gonna get it when coach gives it to her. Watch out. She's gonna break the slate 100%, right? But until then, it's a wait and see approach. So we're gonna lock this in, folks. My name is NBA Vibez. I'm out.